Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day.
Hey guys, this is Just One Guy, and I'm back here with another update on Project Hermes. Now I finally managed to get something done. I think I finally finished the jump. This took me a long time, and what I was originally trying to do was transfer everything over to be rigid body based. But that didn't work out with the jump because I could never get it to be fully stable. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. You just turn on the debug. Camera 5. Show debug. And you see what I needed here was an exact jump. But what I wanted to do was set it up so that I can only jump the full length when I hold down the jump button. You can see there, I just tapped it. If I fully hold it down, he jumps the full length. And so I finally managed to do it. And the reason I needed it to work this way is because the player has stats. And when the stats go up, it changes how high the player could jump. And that became a problem with, I'll just have to set something ridiculous like 20, and 20, where the player could do something like this. Now, it was a bit fast. Let me slow it down a bit. Change that duration. And we're gonna need to take this down a bit. Play with these settings a bit just so I could give you a good demonstration of why this was a problem. And I'm gonna take that all the way down to 5. Now, as you can see, when the player can do something like that, the jump becomes completely impractical for any type of use unless you're trying to do something in combat where you're trying to jump far away. But I didn't want to take the option for the player to jump that far away. So what I needed was for you to be able to do something like this if you wanted to. Or if you wanted to do the full jump, just hold it down further. So that's what I was trying to do, and I wanted to change it into a rigid body system because when you use translate, it's very easy to go through objects. I am using translate now to move it directly by the transform, but what I'm doing is firing raycast so he doesn't actually go through an object. And I didn't want to do it this way, but when I tried to use the rigid body and use force, I just couldn't get the jump to be as exact as it is now. And you see right now I'm controlling everything. The only reason he pauses in the air is because I have the hang time set to 1. Wait, was it hang time? I thought I had it set to 1, but let me just set the jump speed to 0. 1. And there it is. I slowed the jump down so he can do it. But you can see when the player's stats go up, I wanted them to be able to jump higher. But if I didn't want the jump to become impractical, so I wanted them to also be able to do something like this. Trying to do a partial jump, but his jump is so short. And I still got a bit to work on it, but now I have a jump that can go the full length, and it will predict the full length of the player's jump. It's something I couldn't do with force. And you can actually see I wrote these 3 scripts right here trying to get it done with the rigid body. Now ultimately what I did was I just took my original code to do this that I wrote in conjunction with ChatGPT because it had a lot of math that I couldn't understand or just wouldn't be able to do. And I just set it up so when the player is doing an ascending jump, let me see if I can get the script. We go to scripts. don't know if you can see this too well, but I just changed it so when I use the function to jump, I just check for a button press before he keeps ascending. If the player isn't holding down the button, then it just automatically calls the code to jump it down. And that seemed to work pretty good. It still looked like it's some issues with the hang time, but I'm more or less done with this. Also, I fixed the jump so it wasn't so choppy anymore. And the way I achieved this was I called the code in the fix update, but the actual button press I'm calling in a regular update. And that's one of the things I noticed too when you're using rigid body code that's based on physics. You don't really want to call the button press in the physics update because it'll be late. Sometimes it'll miss it, sometimes it'll catch it. It'll result in the player not jumping when they want to in an emergency situation. But right now I'm happy overall. It calls the jump when I want to. It feels really quick and responsive. And I'm able to control all the different aspects of the jump, like the hang time, the speed, the time, and everything like that. So I just modified my original code. But it took me a while to get here because I went through at least 4 different scripts to do this and to try to get this done, because I really wanted to do it with the physics, using Unity's physics, but it turned out to be too unstable for me. So I just used the translate function. And I used raycast to make the player not be able to go through anything, because if he jumped too fast, or if I set the jump too fast or too far away, he would just go through these buildings and go through the floor. There's still some issues where he goes through the floor sometime. I'm gonna have to shoot a rigid body down, checking it if I can hit the floor first. But right now it works so well. It works pretty well. But this took me a full week to get through because I just went down the wrong path a bunch of times. And sometimes that happens in development. I went down at least 3 different paths trying to do this, and then ultimately came back to my first solution and just modified that. So even though the rest of the game works on physics, the jump actually doesn't work on physics. And that's just because I needed it to be so exact. But overall, I think it turned out well. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Interested in anything I'm doing, or you just want to follow the channel, please like and subscribe, and check out my socials in the description down below.